What is going on, my beautiful people? Another day, Cold Front Mafia, 12:15. Changing up these times, I know. Trying to figure out what's the best, and I need your help to tell me that. So keep letting me know. Keep giving me the feedback. What is the easiest for you? What is the best time for you to hang with us and for me to do the live shows? Don't know. Now we're starting at 12. We've done, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, whatever, what have you during the early afternoon. We did a real late night one 2 nights ago now. And then last night we did about a 9:30. So again, just trying to figure out when the best time is. So give me your feedback. Let me know. Appreciate you all coming in here today. And as you can see, I want to go over something that's really been on my mind here lately because all of the we know bests have come out in the last couple of weeks telling everybody what the Bills should draft, who they should sign. Really no statistical or data evidence to support these claims that these people say. And it gets somewhat frustrating, especially when you hear people say that the Bills need X, Y, and Z because they've never had any production from said position or in the locker room or in the front office or what have you. And I got to be honest with you, last night I kind of got tipped over the edge. A good friend of this channel actually started to tell me and everyone that was hanging with us last night that Drew Bledsoe was better than Josh Allen. So when I really start to think about it, I then saw a tweet this morning or overnight. I honestly, I forget when it was, to be quite honest with you. And it doesn't matter when, but it was something along the lines of somebody said something about what the Seattle Seahawks had done, and would it have been nice if wouldn't it be nice if the Buffalo Bills didn't have to score 45 points in a postseason game in order to give themselves even a 10% chance at winning one of these games. And then it was retweeted by a relatively known figure in the Buffalo Bills covering space and content creating space that said something, again, I'm paraphrasing, but what you're failing to forget is that the Seahawks had the best defense in the NFL this year. Seattle still needed to score 31 points in the NFC Championship game, even though they had the best defense in the NFL. So to say that the Bills need a better defense is kind of crazy because you're still going to need to overcome 31-point deficits or 28-point deficits to even win games. And then he goes on to say, if Sam Darnold doesn't score 31 points, we're not talking about how historically good Seattle's defense is. I thought that was one of the silliest things that I've heard, because the fact that you are now taking into account the Seattle Seahawks having to score 31 points one game during the postseason. That's it. And using that to your advantage with your argument of who or what defenses have to do in order to allow their teams to win Super Bowls. I know that was a far-fetched stretch, and the more and more that I get involved in this space, I will tell you that the amount of people that say things clearly to get people's attention and to get people's attention only, but their comments or their statements just simply don't make any sense is kind of alarming. It really is. I got to be honest with you. So just when you read something from somebody or you hear somebody say something, do your own research, get some statistical evidence behind it. If we can back our statements or back our ideas with facts and or a strong enough case, then I think people can join and get behind that. But if we just falsely claim and just lay these statements out there for really no reason whatsoever, with the exception of just gaining attention of people, then why are you qualified to be giving your opinion and getting paid to do so? I guess is kind of my question, because that opinion just comes from thin air. And yeah, I know. Listen, everybody deserves their own opinion, and I truly understand it, and I get it. And I want everybody in here that hangs with us, as we've seen, to give your opinion, comment your opinion. Let's talk through it respectfully, of course, to each other. But these guys, some of them, they just go so dang far that it's kind of scary as far as what they feel, what they think, and then they just spew this stuff. So then your average person, your average fan, only has that to go off of based on when they're making their decisions in terms of how the Bills are doing, what the Bills need, and what to think. Like, think for yourself, watch a football game. That's all I ask, and then let's talk about it. At least when you hear something from me, and I'm nowhere near these guys, of course, but when you hear something from me, I've thought about it, and then I've proved it, and I've watched the film, and I've looked at numbers, I've looked at trends. It's still an opinion, but at the end of the day, just some people go off the deep end clearly to get attention from others. So before we get into some reasons why I feel the way that I feel as far as offense versus defense for the Buffalo Bills, which I will present to all of you real quick. This happened I don't know, not too long ago, to be honest. But we got to hit it because it just happened. So let's get back over to this right here. The Buffalo Bills have signed Damar Hamlin to a 1-year contract. I almost called it an extension, but he was actually technically a free agent. So this is not an extension necessarily. It's a sign. It's a sign. He was not a Buffalo Bill as of yesterday. This is a practice roster move. This is a literally depth, nothing on top of that. Honestly, I was slightly surprised by it. I don't know how many safeties, you need to carry, but yeah, this doesn't do much for me anyways. I think this tells me, if I'm being honest, I think this tells me that the Buffalo Bill or Damar Hamlin will be a Buffalo Bill for his entire career. And I know he has a great story, and I'm not taking anything against him. There's two different things to me: what happened, and then his defensive production on the field. Two different things because of the horrible instance that happened to him a few years ago. I think that's the reason why he will never be a non-Bill while he's playing football. Damar Hamlin signed a 1-year deal with the Buffalo Bills. He'd been with the Bills for years now, and he comes off his last contract. He becomes a free agent, and they sign him up to keep him for another 1 year. A lot of 1-year deals floating around this year, and that happens with the lower levels, but just something to keep track of and know. It's nothing earth-shattering whatsoever. I don't know that he'll see the field much or ever. I don't know, without injury this year, but we'll see. You know what I mean? That's the move that they made today. Damar Hamlin, 1-year contract in the books, signed, sealed, and delivered. He will still be a Buffalo Bill this year. Schwab, go Bills, baby. Yes, absolutely. Go Bills. Appreciate all of you hanging with me today. Make sure that you do follow and subscribe for wherever you're watching us. Schwab, thank you for that follow. Going after 500 over here on YouTube so we can give away a jersey. Lot of new signings here that would constitute. No, it would not. The rules are it has to be a new Buffalo Bill to the 2026-2027 season by the time that the season starts. But, well, no, I shouldn't say that. By the time we get 500, it's someone that is new on the Buffalo Bills roster as of this point compared to prior to this offseason. So help us get to 500. We really appreciate everyone's support thus far, and it's been a hell of a roll, but we're going to continue. And for those of you that didn't know, we are signing up. We got onboarded yesterday. We'll be starting to do some work with the Bills Roundtable and Roundtable Sports here shortly. We might even start to film some videos today. Again, pretty excited about that. Hopefully that helps this channel out. I think that it will. They have a lot of backing as far as their follower and subscription base and things of that nature. So we're really looking forward to that. So go over and take a jump and follow those guys as well. And I'll be on there pretty shortly, quite frankly. So looking forward to that. Let's get into some comments, and then we're going to dive right over to why, in my opinion, I'll tease you with this. Buffalo Bills offense is not the issue, has not been the issue, and most likely will not be the issue in the event that they do not go to the Super Bowl this year or in the immediate future. I'll prove to you why I feel that way shortly, right after we get in some comments, and then I'd love to know what you guys feel. I think I know what most of you feel, but just want to make sure. Just want to make sure. Buffalo Bills are signing more people. They should bring in more players. Okay, yes, they signed Hamlin. Everybody leave your thoughts. What should the Buffalo Bills do? Lee G. Hey, Colfron. What's up, Lee G? How are you, man? Spidey Munn's in the house. What up? What up? What do you think about DeMar? We just covered that. Hey, Spidey, what do you think? Okay. Lee G, a bit surprised with the DeMar re-sign. We have 4 safeties now. Exactly. Does that mean they don't have faith in Stone, or is Hammond going to be a Cam replacement? Well, keep in mind now, a couple of years ago, Cam Lewis literally started the year off playing linebacker next to Matt Milano. I don't know if you remember that, but it was the Arizona Cardinals week 1 of 2024. This is Cam Lewis I'm talking about. I do not think that DeMar Hamlin has what it takes to do everything that Cam Lewis could do. I think it's more of a practice guy, and yes, if there's injury, he can be elevated for safety only. That's that would be what I think is going on with this. Who should the Bills bring back and re-sign? Give him a more contract. Josh Allen get another contract. They already did that with Josh Allen. Legend says, hoping the DeMar signing was a cheap 1-year deal. It was 1 year. We don't know the monies yet. That hasn't come out. I'm sure that it was not bank shattering, but I'm with you. I freaking hope not. Roddy Sports, as a Niners fan, I'd love to see that card team ball. The weapons offensively is there. I'd love to see that card team ball. Not sure what you mean by that, Roddy. Help me out. Give me a little bit more explanation of that card. What does card team ball mean? Drewski, how are you, Drewski? DeMar Hamlin is just depth. We got C.G. Gardner. Right. Gardner, Johnson, and Geno, plus the draft is still coming up. Yeah, and obviously Cole Bishop. So I agree. I think it's depth as well. Schwab, I'm excited about this year's D compared to the last couple years. 100% me too. Cardinals. Roddy Sports means the Cardinals team ball. The Arizona Cardinals? I mean, you think the Arizona Cardinals are going to be something special here? Is that what you're kind of getting at, Roddy? I seen your hat and thought it was a Cardinal. Oh, yeah. Listen, bro. We're Bills fans. I'm a Bills fan. This is the Rochester Red Wings minor league baseball. Yeah, close, but there. Yeah, he's holding a bat. That's a baseball bat. But now I understand what you're saying. I could not tell what the hell you were getting at, but now I got you, brother. Hamlin is just a camp body, emergency safety 6. Don't think he sniffs the field. I agree with you, Dexy. Good morning, sir. How are you, Dexy? Jack, what I was saying, I don't think he literally might not see a snap. Get DeMar Hamlin bigger contract this year and next year if he doesn't leave or walk. I don't think he's not getting a bigger contract. Steven DeLeon, there was no reason to sign him. He's trash. Okay. I will say that I was a bit surprised when this popped up and I did see this. All right. So in Steven DeLeon's defense, I was very surprised when I saw that DeMar Hamlin was signed. Even for the one single solitary year, I was still surprised. And then I just immediately went to, okay, he's a community staple now because he's so involved with his medical thing. I don't want to bring it up and go through the I don't want to say nonsense, but the horrible situation he went through. But now he's just so involved that he's I guess Buffalo, and he'll never go anywhere. That's what I thought. That was my first thought. I'm not saying that is for sure and that's truthful or factual, but that's immediately went into my mind. Dexy says, if the Bills are on track to be like anything, it's Elway's Broncos. Elway's had a defensive head coach, couldn't win a Super Bowl, then he's fired. They fire the OC, then Elway wins 2 Super Bowls back to back. Yeah, that's true. That's true. And I would love for that to, be the case here. I'm so down with that. Bills did the exact same thing. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. McDermott certainly was a defensive coach. Fired. And then obviously the offensive coordinator slides into the head coaching role. Next year, if Joe Brady doesn't win the Super Bowl, can we bring back Sean McDermott? No, that's not going to happen. That is not going to happen, Brian. What else YouTube channel do you have called? I don't have another YouTube channel. Brian? Spidey Man says congrats. Brian, Brian, you're on another bender today, brother. Every single day that Spidey and Brian are in here at the same time, Brian says to Spidey, happy birthday. And he's never been correct. Like, it's never been Spidey Mun's birthday yet. I don't believe, since he said it. I do think that Spidey actually had a birthday recently, but it was the day after his actual birthday. Then Brian says happy birthday every single day to Spidey Munns. So Spidey, wait, hold on, boys. Hold on, I think I saw this the other day. I did. Hold on. Spidey Munns, happy birthday. From Brian. Oh, man. This is too good, bro. Oh, man, it's too good. Brian, what's your favorite soda? I don't really drink soda, but if I do, it's like a diet Pepsi or Diet Coke. I'm not a soda person, really. Filthy dollar bills. Any updates on DJ Reader? Yeah, the problem is DJ Reader is now going on visits. He was just in Baltimore, I think 2 days ago, if I'm not mistaken, and it's been reported, I forget who it was that came out with this, but that he will be signing just post the draft with someone. I think it was post. It was either post or pre. I'm pretty sure it's post. I mean, for the money, I feel like it should have already been done. He should be on the Buffalo Bills. And did you guys also hear that our boy, Jonathan Greenard, has gone back to Minnesota, though his agent has, and said, oh, by the way, I need a massive restructure now, and I need more money. And the rumor mill is that he wants Jalen Phillips money. This is what happens. Usually, if the players wait, the upper echelon players in the NFL, if they wait and they're a little patient, they usually end up getting big wood. If the teams wait, depending on the level of the player that you have, then the teams usually end up getting it stuck. That's what I'm saying. This DJ Reader thing, just go freaking sign the man. It's not $15 million a year. Okay? It's like 4 or 5, maybe. Make it freaking happen, please. And again, we still don't know anything. I know this. We were on late last night, so I don't want to recap all of yesterday. But on top of DeMar Hamlin, the Buffalo Bills did sign Austin Corbett, Sherfield, wide receiver. Corbett's a guard slash center. Again, offensively. Depth. I personally think he's going to fight for the spot against Alec Anderson. I really think that Austin Corbett might have a shot at starting. I don't know if it's a good one, but I think that he's got a chance to actually compete for the starting role at left guard. And then they brought in Mr. Sherfield, wide receiver. Excuse me. Trent Sherfield. And then as we see another center in Lloyd Cushenberry III. Now, Lloyd Cushenberry III has done nothing but start football games in his NFL career. He's never played in a game to which he didn't start. So I find that interesting. And then Austin Corbett, over the last 7 years, has started 90+% of his games, and he's won a Super Bowl. He's been in Carolina for 3 or 4 years, I want to say, and then it was in Los Angeles with the Rams for 3. He was on that, 2021, I think, Super Bowl winning team. So that man is also a perennial offensive line starter. I love the depth because either way, whoever's going, I mean, listen, Cushenberry's not going to start over Connor McGovern, but the depth there, and then the depth, whether it's Corbett or Alec Anderson starting and, second string, whatever. Either way, we're going to have good, solid depth. So that offensive line is looking a lot better than it did even a couple of days ago with those two signs yesterday. So just keep in mind those three guys were signed to one-year deals as well. Trent Sherfield is simply a wide receiver 14 with pretty decent special teams implications, however. He's a good special teams player. So keep that in mind. Before today, we did do that. Broken Hearted said, what are your thoughts on the 2 linemen signing for the ball? It's funny. We just spoke about him. Austin Corbett. I share a last name with Corbett. So Cold Front Buffalo and Junior and Junior and Mrs. Cold Front. Our last name is Corbett. Spelled the same. Put a note out. Buffalo Bills need to tell me exactly when the Corbett jerseys are available for order and for retail on their website, because unfortunately I'll have to buy 4 of them immediately. Adult male, double X. Youth 12-year-old boy, 10-year-old boy, and mama, cold front. I need 4 Corbett jerseys immediately, Buffalo Bills. Anybody work for the Bills? Make it happen, please. Obviously, I'll pay for them unless you want to give them to me for free, but I just want to know when they're available to order, or they're going to have to be custom. Buddy of mine on X, I think it's Dave, did mention that it's most like they don't make jerseys for everybody, so it's probably going to have to be a custom order, but we're excited to see Corbett on the field. My boys are pretty pumped up. I think that's one of the coolest things. I seen your hat and thought it was a Cardinal hat, that you're a Bills fan. Oh, yeah. I was a little late. Did Dez catch it? Jay Beasy says. Oh, man, years ago, huh? Changing the rules, baby. Rocky, I'm going back to Roddy Sports. I typed that when you were looking left. I couldn't see the middle. Yeah, no worries. But now they will. But no, they will suck. Who are you talking about? The Cardinals? Or are you talking about the Red Wings? I know you're not talking about no Bills, Roddy. Okay. Drewski, I would rather have brought back Milano than Hamlin on a cheap deal. Well, either way, Milano would cost more than Hamlin, but I agree. Milano's going to be more expensive than DeMar Hamlin. That is for certain. Absolute certain. That said, I don't think Hamlin's going to cost anything. We don't know what the numbers are, but he's not going to cost anything, really. DJ Moore to the Bills, though, Roddy says. That's going to be nice to watch. Hell yes, Roddy. That is huge, and I'm actually going to be doing some film, pretty decent in-depth film breakdown on DJ Moore here coming up shortly. So stay tuned on that. I think he's better than most are giving him credit for. Not all, but most. Do you think we'll make another free agent signing before the start of the season? Well, they keep doing it every day now. I don't think you're going to see much of a free agent signing that is an extremely impactful player, other than the likes of someone like DJ Reader. But there might be another trade. If we're talking before the season, there's going to be more moves, yeah. Trey's a free agent, right? Schwab says, or did he sign with some? No, Trey White is still a free agent. He hasn't gone anywhere, and I would love to see him sign back with the Buffalo Bills. 1 year, $3 million is what I think. Actually, Trey might even be less, $2 million. And then Brandon Cooks, I think, was the guy that I thought was going to be 1 and 3. I'm like 90% sure DeMar said he wants to end his career in Pittsburgh, Leggett says. Really? Man, I don't know. Well, here was his chance. They didn't want him. It's been a while. Pittsburgh clearly would not sign DeMar Hamlin for anything, and I don't blame him. DeMar Hamlin is not exactly the most productive football player in the field. I mean, I know it's somewhat taboo, but it's real. It's reality. He's not moving any needles. Broken Hearted, what's your thoughts on the 2-0 line? Well, we spoke about that. Okay, sorry. Why didn't we get DJ Moore's contract yet? Yes, we absolutely did. And the more that it came out, the more that it seems beneficial for the Buffalo Bills. So that is absolutely taken care of. It was actually given. I mean, he was traded, so you couldn't give him a contract. He was traded. You had to take the contract, but then it got restructured as well. So that was already done. Can you go to the app you've been using? Yeah, we did this. Same deal. Right now, before signing the 3 gentlemen from yesterday, which is going to take up some of this cap, of course, because it's only 1 year deal. So it's not like they can offset the first year and shove it to the end. It's only 1 year. Bear with me. I don't know what's happening here. I'm pulling up the Buffalo Bills salary cap, but before these signings, they're at 13 and change $1 million left to spend, under the cap. But again, that is before the three gentlemen that they signed yesterday to 1-year deals. And we don't know. The point is that I'm getting at. We don't know how much that's costing. We do not know how much money those three gentlemen are getting or how much DeMar Hamlin. So there's 4 guys now that are coming off that 13 and change million. Oh, Derek, how are you, Derek? Derek G, baby. He will serve as a backup to Bishop for the time being. Good afternoon, by the way. Good afternoon, Derek. Thank you for hanging. He's more of a free safety, DeMar Hamlin is. I mean, if I had to, put a label on him as a player, I don't know that he's really going to be a backup for anybody, if I'm being honest with you. I don't think he's going to be second string anywhere. But yeah, I just think he's there to be on a practice squad. I could be wrong. That's my guess, because I certainly don't see DeMar Hamlin coming down into the box as a strong safety type. But I guess it's possible, Derek. Yeah. I mean, he's going to be around. He's going to be around the team. He's going to be, getting reps in. But it's just a matter of what will his actual role be. Maybe some in special teams, but I don't see really anything as far as backing up Cole Bishop. But I could be wrong. What time's Bills Roundtable? You know what, J-Ham? I'm not sure. I don't know that yet. I'm doing more, at least in the beginning, some pre-recorded stuff like some film studies and recording videos, and then they'll just play them on their channel. I don't know about the live, though, because of the fact that my schedule is pretty tight. I don't do this full time like everybody else. Well, like most people that you watch. So I can't just jump on and in and with whenever, always. You know what I'm saying? No, he won't. Hamlin is a free safety. Maybe you're just saying, kind of replying the way that I was there, Dexy, to Derek, possibly Stephen DeLeon, is this is just because of what happened. I understand, but this should be his last year. No more charity. Yeah, man. I mean, I'm with you. I'm not. I don't know that it's a charity move, but it's just the way that it feels because of the type of player that he is. You know what I'm saying? And nothing against him. I like him. I like the guy. Spidey Muds, appreciate it. Spidey Muds, it's your birthday, brother. Happy birthday. Every day. Every day. J-Ham, post-draft, he'll look like Fields with who teams draft and see where he can go. Post-draft, he'll look Field with who teams draft and see where he can go. Okay. We talking about Bean? He'll look at the field and which teams drafted where, maybe see where he can go. Oh, you're talking DJ Reader. That's probably who you're talking about. So it is. Yeah, I think you're talking about DJ Reader. Yes, understood. Gotcha. Cole, did you look at them players I told you about? No, not yet, brother. I was last night I was done afterwards, and I hit it, went right to bed. Too late for me. So not yet, but we will for sure. The Matt Chatter's in the building. Matt Chatter, shout out front. What's up, baby? Our Corbett respecter. You know it. I'm not. For all I know, actually, let's do this. You guys tell me. Obviously, I have a big beard, but could this dude? I mean, I guess it's possible. Could this dude be like a relative of mine? I don't know. I kind of see it. You guys tell me. Maybe he is, and I don't even know it. I don't know. Maybe he's a young cousin. He's only 30 years old. Jesus, I'm getting old. I'm getting old, folks. Getting old. I don't know. You tell me. Could I look like that dude? CB is our area of need. I see. Oh, you best believe it is. Absolutely. Not really Matt Chatter, just depth, so not a huge need. Yeah. Yes, depth. Okay, yes. depth is what the Bills need as far as cornerback is concerned. Do you think we are done at edge with Russo, Chubb, Hoyt? No, I actually don't. I think that they get an edge prospect in the draft. Actually, if I'm being honest with you, that's my guess. Reader visit, yes, he is. He's visiting teams. Re-sign Trey White. I agree with you. Sign Shaq, Trey, and that's it. Wouldn't be upset about that. I wouldn't doubt that they bring either Shaq or Milano back, or I don't know though. Maybe even both. Truthfully, we should bring more players back and re-sign. Yes, Hamlin is not UFL good. Oh, geez. I would love to see Brandon Cooks back myself, but they just signed Sherfield, so I don't understand why that would be done prior to Cooks, if I'm being honest with you. Matt Chatter, if you know me, I have a saying I came up with. Oh, yeah, turn the haters into homies. 100%, brother. Yeah. And I'm still on it. I'm still on the turn the haters into homies train because I think it's very much needed, and I think it makes a ton of sense, and therefore that's what we're going to do. Okay, no saying. No, my saying is Bean loves his mids. Bean loves his mids. DJ Moore, Shakir Palmer, McCall Hardman, Keon is better, but I bet it's still bottom. We could take a wide receiver in the draft. Oh, they will take a wide receiver in the draft as well. I truly believe that. I think they go wide receiver, edge, linebacker. Well, they're definitely gonna have to go with linebacker. If they're gonna drop one, I would say it's probably edge. So I would go. My guess: wide receiver, linebacker, cornerback, and potentially, as Dexy always likes to say, a offensive lineman, offensive guard, or his late 7th round punter. If Hamlin ever sees the field this year, we're ready. We're really down bad for injuries. Agree with that. 100% agree. We should go get some players from the Cardinals, play the Panthers, the Chargers. Yes, right. This isn't Madden, dude. How many times do we have to say this? That's okay. He's having fun. Brian's having fun. Sorry for the bad grammar. I was typing that. No worries, J-Ham. We got you, brother. My guess is LB will be first, but could draft Torrance or Dawkins replacement. Oh, man. I don't know. There's a player in the NFL that has my last name. That's awesome. Look close front in Austin. That's what I'm saying, bro. I don't know. Maybe, brother. Yeah, Dawkins, we should restructure him. That is okay, Brian. Brian, hit it. Brian hit one, baby. I do not know why Deion Dawkins has not been restructured. Yet. Excuse me. It's anywhere from like 10 to 13 million, I believe, in cap savings for this year. So it's going to have to happen. It's just a matter of when, and I don't know why they haven't done it yet. Why have the Buffalo Bills not restructured Deion Dawkins yet? And I hate to say it, but it almost comes up into my mind as a question mark of, do they want him to be tied down any longer than he is right now? I just don't know why it hasn't happened yet, folks. I really, really don't. I don't. But it can, and in my opinion, it needs to. No bones about it in the building. Good afternoon, my friend. I was thinking about a discussion from the other day about Kaden McDonald and Casey Concepcion. He now prefers KC after further consideration. Well, I appreciate the update. No bones about it. Thank you, sir. And why is that? Please explain yourself. I have not changed my mind. I'm still on McDonald over Concepcion. If I had one option, one opportunity, 26th pick, that was it. Without a second rounder now. If you're going to tell me that all of a sudden somehow we got 2 second rounders, okay, maybe my mind change. Maybe my mind changes. But without the ability after the 26, if you take Concepcion and then you're not going to get Lee Hunter, for sure, because then you don't pick till 91. That's where my mind differs, right? If you somehow can muster up the fact of getting the 26th pick plus a second rounder and or more, then I'm down with you. But no bones, appreciate you giving me your update, but you have to tell me why. Explain it. explaineth. The Mad Chatter says, love the Red Wing hat. Oh, appreciate it, man. Yeah, we go up there a couple times a year as well. We went to, I want to say 2 games last year. Obviously, you guys know we make it to 3 to 5 Buffalo Bills games. Well, including playoffs, more like 3. And we're just sports freaks, everything. I played baseball. So Graham Glasgow is okay. So Dexy Glasgow. Awesome. Diana Dawkins should re-sign him now because he's a big guy, and we should get a big line and a big person who can win us a Super Bowl. Well, I agree, man. If it only were about the size of the person in terms of how many wins you get, I think we'd be doing pretty good in that front because Spencer Brown is a freakish man. Freakish man. You think pick 1 pound is unlikely? What? Pick LB? Pick 1 is okay. So do I think that it's unlikely that the Bills pick a linebacker with their first round? I actually do. It just seems like in so many positions, especially our need, the majority of these positions, the second, third, fourth round substance and options in these positions are abundant. So I don't know if you go out of your way to go after, someone that you might be able to get the same type or really close to for more value later on. I think that's the question mark of this draft, in my opinion. That's where my mind is. I got Dylan Thieneman and Caden McDonald first round. Other than that, trade back. And I was only Dylan Thieneman. Until 3 days ago or 2 days ago, by the way. Everybody type everything what you think the Bills in Coastal. Okay, so Dexy's saying the Bills must trade down. I don't care unless Tyson, wide receiver, to your point, or Thieneman is there at 26. Because Dexy does not feel that Caden McDonald should be picked up at number 26. So he's talking about Tyson Alston, which really, really might be a possibility here because he's dropping crazy. I'm sorry, Jordan Tyson. My apologies, brother. Sorry. But he's dropping because of his injury past. So I guess there's still a potential that he could actually end up at 26 pick. What are your thoughts on Myles Garrett? Do you think he would get traded? Okay, very funny situation. We got into this last night a little bit. My gut tells me no, the Browns are not going to trade him. They're just going to go through the same rigmarole that they've gone through the last couple of off seasons, specifically last year. That said, they did change up his contract to where this prorated amount of money is not due 15 days after the regular or the season starts, but now it's due 7 days before opening day. So, or the regular season starts versus the NFL season. So there is zero benefit to the team to have made this move. It doesn't save them salary cap, doesn't do anything. So I really don't understand what that's for, with the exception of they're going to put the feelers out there. Now, Adam Schefter just yesterday, I think, was on Pat McAfee, I believe. And he was quoted saying that I called the Browns, meaning he called the Browns, and they said they are absolutely not trading Myles Garrett. Now, of course, they're going to say this because that's who the Browns are. And I said this last night. I'd like to give them the benefit of the doubt, thinking that they're doing something that's very beneficial for that organization. But with the way that they've carried themselves over the years, I cannot give the Cleveland Browns any credit for trying to pull any kind of phenomenal move out of a hat here to benefit their organization. So sorry to say it, but I think the Cleveland Browns are just doing stupid, silly things for potentially no reason. Now, if they get this rule change that they asked for, to where when you trade for a player, you can give the other organization up to 5 years in advance worth of draft stock. Well, then they might just trade Cleveland Myles Garrett if that becomes a thing, because they'll probably get it. They'll probably get like 3 first rounds, a second, and a fourth or something shit like that. 5 years out. And it probably wouldn't be a bad thing for the Browns to continuously stockpile talent into your shitty organization. I feel that, although awesome city, we went to the Cleveland Browns game last year. Buffalo Bills played in Cleveland, and we went, and it was we had a great time. Stadium was cool, user friendly, so to speak. I mean, we were in this like club type area, but it was a lot of fun. I will say that, and the city was awesome too. Nice people. Had no complaints whatsoever about Cleveland. Kudos to Cleveland for anybody if you're from that area. Awesome. We really enjoyed it. I feel that similar players to McDonald could be had later in the draft where high-end wide receiver talent is a premium. Okay, I see. I don't think anybody, possibly Lee Hunter's close, but I don't think anybody is anywhere in the, I don't want to say hemisphere, but on tape, Caden McDonald really sticks out to me as a holy moly type thing. I don't think you get that in the fourth round. Deion Dawkins, I think we age well. It's just will he lose weight and take good care of himself to play longer? Yeah. That's been in question. His weight management and his desire to keep his body healthy. So that would need to be figured out for sure. Scalio J, love the hat. Appreciate you. I like Damar as a third string safety serviceable player. Yeah, mainly appreciate that. Rochester Red Wings, baby. Yeah, I think that Damar Hamlin is really just a practice squad guy, truthfully. I really do. That's the way that I feel. And I was actually surprised that he got re-signed at all. When I read that, I kind of went, whoa. I've investigated more film on Casey Concepcion, and I must say he is the real deal. He has elite separation abilities. Yes, he does. The only thing in question with Casey Concepcion at this moment in time are the 19 drop passes collegiately. And I forget what the drop rate was, but it was decently high. And, that could be an issue. I mean, you need to be able to catch a football in the NFL for sure. But that's other than that, I think he's, way above average. He checks a lot of boxes, and I think he's a phenomenal fit for the Buffalo Bills. I totally agree with that. I really do. I agree with you on the position value. Gotcha. Thank you. Yep. Could you put a pull up so we can vote? Poll up. Vote what? What do you want to vote on? I want more veterans, Spidey Munn says, in all positions than rookies. Need veteran depth too. Yeah, I can get behind that, but what positions are you talking about? Because now, well, yeah, I mean, Gardner Johnson's a vet. Geno Stone's a vet. Bradley Chubb is somewhat of a vet, not really, I guess. Trying to think of, the defense. Now, if you bring Trey White back, obviously he's a vet. The Brandon Cooks of the world, he's a vet. Austin Cord, the offensive line, both those guys are vets, 100%. Sherfield's played a while. Sherfield is a vet in almost every sense of the word, with the exception of like on the field production. But he's a vet. He's been around. The Milano, Shaq Thompson of the world would certainly be, vet, right? But I'm curious, what position are you actually like? Do you have some specific in mind, Spidey? Also, there appears to be many run stuff or D tackles available later in the draft, according to mocks that I've done. Yeah, that's true. They're just not. They're not Caden McDonald. I think I've mentioned here many times. Tim Keenan from Alabama is like a 5th or 6th round guy. I like him. I do. I really do. So if they can't get it, I'm not going to be devastated. You know what I'm saying? quite honestly, if it's between McDonald or Thieneman, I still go Thieneman because of the fact, and I was questioning myself this yesterday, but because of the fact that you can still get some of this later on, not to that level, but easier than another safety. And I think Thieneman is, the guy. I'm never going to change my mind there. Dylan Thieneman is a safety. Kay just learned, yeah. Who's your other guy? Isn't safety kind of not as rare to find? Paired with Cole Bishop, is that what you mean by my other guy? Are you talking about to me or somebody else? Dylan Thieneman paired with Cole Bishop, I think they're made for each other. Honestly. Jay Beasley asked, do you have faith in Cole Beasley? 100%. The Hockey News, go Bills, baby. Berna, as a Broncos fan, hold on, sorry. I hope Josh Allen wins himself a bowl, man. He deserves it. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. He appreciates it. Yes, he does, and yes, he will. So don't worry. We got you, Berna. We got you, baby. Although you guys are going to give us fits again. Oh! Sandman says, Cleveland says hi. We were just talking about you, Cleveland. Sandman, not Sandman, but Cleveland, and how much I enjoyed that city. The whole family did. We had a great trip out there. We really did. The Hockey News says, I think it's ridiculous that it takes 8 years for Bean to do something for this team. Well, all in all, if I'm being honest, I don't think Bean is as bad as people make him out to be. I mean, and I'm being honest. Like, if you look at his draft record and you go to an unbiased source to where you can find ratings of the drafts, it's not that bad. But his in-season stuff, I mean, I will say that it probably gets old to most, including myself, to say, yeah, we called on that guy, just didn't work out. Like, well, it worked out for somebody. So I get to it can't just work out for somebody else every instance from now until the end of time. At some freaking point, it's got to work out for you and us, right? At some point. So I get that frustration, no question. Okay, No Bone says, Bills can only trade down if somebody is willing to trade up with it. Well, that's true, too. Yes, absolutely. Might be a way to go. I believe that they most likely will. But again, I don't think that decision will be made until the 26th pick is on the clock because of people like Dylan Thieneman. All right, Dexy says, safeties like Thieneman that can play anywhere on the back end is super valuable. Yes, you can find many good free safeties. But there's not many safeties like Dylan Thieneman. I agree with that. Tom Brady is trying to find way to return per reports. Tom Brady is also quoted saying that I actually asked the NFL. This is not a quote, but he was quoted. This is a paraphrase. He asked the NFL what their thoughts were on minority owners playing also while they own a team. And he then said that their response was something along the lines of, we don't really like that too much. So he said that at that moment in time, he said, understood, and stopped asking questions. But Tom Brady did ask, basically, if it would be feasible, if he could continue to play while he's a minority owner of the Las Vegas Raiders. And that's the truth. You can look that up. Santa, Garrett talk is silly. I know, but it's talk, and it's fun. And what the Browns do every year is just do stupid shit. So you got to give them this at least. For being a horrible, horrible organization, has made such bad moves. They do one thing really well. They get us talking. If they did not have Myles Garrett, there might not be a single word said about the Cleveland Browns ever for the last 3-4 years. C. Holland, go Bills. Yes. Sandman, sorry, bro. I'm a Cowboys fan. Hey, that's all good. But we were just talking about Cleveland and how nice it is. So if you're in Cleveland, love Cleveland. I actually love Dallas. I was in Plano 3 years ago working with Toyota, and their headquarters are down there. And we got the tour. We ate at the practice facility down in what's it called? Cowboys Drive or something like that. I forget. Beautiful, beautiful place. Love it down there. I got to be honest with you. Absolutely love it down there. They got on there in their practice. I mean, I'm sure they're all kind of like this, but the Dallas Cowboys practice facility, their practice football field, one side of the goalpost is about half of the width of the normal one. Practice kicking field goals into, posts that barely hold a football. You know what I mean? Oh, Mad Chatter, I strongly recommend watching film on Dylan Thieneman if you have not. Joshua Richardson, what's up, Joshua? Myles Garrett has a no-trade clause on his deal, so he has all the power to where he wants to get traded to. This is correct, and I understand that. But Myles Garrett, if he's not going to lose any money, would absolutely go to the Buffalo Bills if Browns ownership came and said, hey, listen, we got a package that we would accept from the Buffalo Bills. He would say, okay, I'm out. There's no way he wouldn't. Unless he truly does not give a shit about winning football games ever in his career. And then maybe he wouldn't. But if he's not going to make any less money, why would he care to go to a contender? And it's not like Cleveland is, Nashville or Miami or Los Angeles. It's not like Cleveland's some hot spot to live for these young, filthy rich people who are dating, Olympic athletes, and he now has more sacks in a single season than anybody ever has in the entire NFL. Like, I don't think that people are begging to go live in Cleveland when you're young and filthy rich. Now, I only say that because Buffalo is obviously not a destination that most want to, most desire. So if he was going from the Dolphins to the Bills, maybe he would say, nah, I'm good. I'll just sit here, never win again, and just make my hundreds of millions in Miami versus going to Buffalo. I'm the number one McDonald apologist, but we need linebacker depth more than DL. I want Hill Jr. Okay, fair enough. And elite drops ability. Fair enough. I like Jacob Rodriguez, especially if you're talking about coverage. Matter of fact, I was just reading something earlier as well that says that Jacob Rodriguez had a very high missed tackle rate compared to most. And because of that, Sumer Brain, basically Sumer Sports, came out and said that his high missed tackle rate is actually because he was in the area to even attempt a tackle when he shouldn't have been. Therefore, his missed tackle rate was higher than almost everybody else. And they also equated that or compared that to the likes of Budda Baker, who is in spots that he shouldn't be, and then he misses tackles instead of just not even getting to the spot to where he wouldn't have had the opportunity to miss a tackle, if you get what I'm saying. And they said that Jacob Rodriguez, per their analytics, is the same way. Something to think about. We're going to do an entire show on this too, and I literally have to get to what I wanted to get to today because we're going to have to call it quits in about a half hour here. But we're going to do a whole show too because I heard from a reliable source on a YouTube video of his that he was told that Josh Allen was a burden to Sean McDermott. A burden. And I think this is insane, and I want to attach that to what I think the Bills will and can and will do in the 2026 season, especially for their offense. But, yeah, a trusted source says that people have told him that Josh Allen was a burden to Sean McDermott, which is just absolutely insane. And if that's the case, then we just know what the mindset it was inside that building. Shannon, how are you, Shannon? Hello. And we're going to get into an entire video on that. All right, I'm going to rip through these comments real fast, and I want to get into why I think that the defense is the problem, not the offense for the Buffalo Bills. I think Katie McDonald can fall to the second, but it would have to be early. So if we could trade back with a team to get 33 to 38 while carrying early third, so we can still get to the inside linebacker Josiah Trotter, I'd be happy. I'm with you there. If you can get even Lee Hunter, if you can get Lee Hunter and a Trotter, or Lee Hunter and a Rodriguez, or Lee Hunter, I know I'm not the biggest fan of C.J. Allen, but one of these top guys, if you can get both of them instead of McDonald and none of the other, I'm totally in with that as well. Totally get it. Downside's been since forever. We had a big Mr. Stuff, and he was kind of a clown like Teddy Washington. Oh yeah, this guy plugs the middle like no, and he's athletic as well, and he's strong, holds his ground, good punch. Not necessarily a pressure the quarterback type of guy. Holds his gap. The integrity of his responsibility is almost never gone. He also pursues the football in the backfield, and he breaks down offensive linemen's initial stance and chuck. I mean, he's a freak. He's a freak. Trout is my linebacker 3 in the class, only behind Ohio State. Oh yeah, well yeah, fair enough. Caden will never fall below 26. There are a lot of mocks that actually say that he does, Samtha. I'm with you, but I'm telling you, there are mocks that say that he does, which is surprising to me. But we'll see. You know, I don't know. I'm not as smart as AI and all these engines that make these mock drafts, I guess. So I get it. In mocks, he's literally felt right. Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, I've seen it too. Nose tackle usually doesn't go too high. Fair enough. Ain't no way you got a janky mock. Hey, I'm telling you, Samtha, multiple. Go rip through. I don't know which one you use, but go rip through like 2 or 3. And you only got to do 2 rounds, right? Because if you're just trying to figure out where he goes, you only have to do 2 rounds. It'll take you like 5 minutes each. Like just rip through a few. We did it live. You can go back on this channel. We did one live because we're having the same conversation. And we're like, okay, let's see where he goes. I think he went 30th or 28th. And I didn't pick him. All that what did I do? I controlled the Las Vegas Raiders and took the quarterback first, just so I had no hands off and I didn't change the algorithm. I didn't change anything. Mendoza, excuse me. And he went 28th or 29th, I think is what it was. Aren't we low at CB and or line? We're definitely low at linebacker. We're depth low at cornerback, but linebacker, like right now, so we go through it. You have Dorian Williams. You have currently on the team I'm talking about, Joe Andreessen. You have Jimmy Charlo, who's a practice squad guy. Andreessen is mainly special teams. You have Terrell Bernard, who is obviously a starter up to this point. So Bernard and Dorian Williams, and that's it. Joe Andreessen. And then that's it. You know, practice roster guys and practice squad. That's really all we have. So we have to fill that spot. At least at corner, you have Maxwell and Bernard, and now you have D. Alford, right? And you have I was gonna say Dane Jackson, but isn't Dane a oh, he got released, didn't he? Yeah. So correct me if I'm wrong. Well, you have 3, but you have no depth. We need depth there, but you really don't even cover starting linebackers. Yeah, I mean, both need to be addressed, Spidey. Unless I'm missing someone. Someone tell me. I might be missing somebody. Dane, RH1 says Dane is gone, thankfully. I think he was released, if I'm being honest. I remember a few years ago, Bills had the #1 defense, but no Pro Bowlers. Overall, yeah, they gave up the least amount of points. Matt Milano was like all-worldly at that moment in time. Buffalo next year, mate. I'm with it. Geno Stone, safety. Schwab and Freeman Miller. Geno Stone is safety. Not corner. Need to bring Trey White back, folks. Wide receiver last year during his rookie season. Who are you talking about? Oh, Teteroa McMillan. Was top what, though? What do you mean? He was top wide receiver during the rookie season. Oh, yeah. No, he won offensive rookie of the year, didn't he? Did he not? I think he did. Bean stinks. Hello, cayenne pepper. How are you? YouTube, no one's told me today that we look like, what's his guy? Hopper. You know, really looking forward to that. It's literally every day I get that. Every single day. Somebody would be willing to move into the bottom first. Well, yeah, of course. But they'd have to give up more than that. They'd have to give up multiple picks to get to the 26th. Dan Orlovsky is doing the best he can to make everybody and their mother try to trade up to get Ty Simpson. BBB is the best. What you talking about? I actually think, like I said, I think that Brandon Beane gets a little bit too much heat, if I'm being honest. We got 4 safeties. We ain't replacing any of them. Well, now you have 4 with Hamlin. Now you have 4. But I don't know who you said. Did somebody say we want to replace them? None of them will be on the team next season. Safety is a need long term. Well, Cole Bishop will. I think that's what you're getting at. Safety is long term. Cole is the only safety that will be on the. Okay. Sorry, I'm just too delayed, boys. I got to rip through these. The match. If Bean was at least not really bad, folks. If Bean was at least not really bad, but he's really bad, we probably would have a trophy. I can get as frustrated as anybody. I actually disagree with that. Well, he's one of the better. I don't think he's top. I don't know. I don't blame him only. There's a lot of things to blame, is I guess my point. Okay, I will be good. No, Matt Chatter, listen, it's not about being good or not. We're having a conversation. I'm not trying to tell you to be quiet. Hell no. No, I love it. Keep going. Junith, go Bills and go Buffalo Bins. Buffalo Bisons, yes. And how about the Buffalo Sabres? Cayenne, I'm doing well. Thank you. Thanks for hanging. Definitely need to bring Trey back 1,000% RH1. Can't wait till next week 1. Let's go by. Can't wait till week 1. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Buffalo Bison. Oh, you're going to the game tonight. Buffalo Bison's game. Is that what you're saying? I mean, if they play out there tonight, that's going to be a problem because it is 20-something degrees, my friend. Oh, you're going to Sabres game. All right, good. No, we wouldn't because McDermott held back Josh. That's what our next video is going to be. I really do feel that Joe Brady is going to open things up based on a lot of things. And then that comment that I just told you guys about. Possible? Yeah, 100%. And we've seen signs now that says that McDermott had more of a role in who they were picking than most people might have thought. Every time I look at that handle, my eyes read Samantha. I know, me too. I gotta tell myself that to not say Samantha. Missed assignments, possibly. Yeah. Possibly. It was a group effort. The get shot. Yes, I agree. And it was a long time. I mean, it's been a while. You know what I mean? They was trying to rule with an iron fist, and the guys were not going for it. That's true, too. I think that's how he was. But listen, we gotta thank him for what he did for us, though, right? I mean, he did a lot for this team, this organization, and in Western New York as a whole, if I'm being honest with you. So we kind of are thankful to have had him here for so long, and it sucked to see him go. But now we must move on, and we must figure out a way to figure it out sooner than later. That's the way that I look at it. It does stink to see him go. Hey, Colt From, what's up, Ethan? How are you, man? I'll be ripping mocks all afternoon. Good. I'd love to hear it. Dexy, if Bears don't take McDonald, he falls to the second. Okay. Unless the Bills grab him. Oh, yeah. Practice roster guys, I drooling over Hill. Tyreek? If you sign Trey or similar, you can go as late as a third or fifth, try to hit on a cornerback. No other moves, maybe have to use a second on a cornerback. Yeah. Yeah, possibly. Wow, there's a lot in here. Okay, I'm just gonna rip, boys. I'm gonna rip them. We could get by probably with Garner, Johnson, and Cole. Yeah, I think for this year. Yeah, that's still like one other. But yeah, you're right. Wait, who does front look like? Um, almost every single day, someone tells me that I look like I forget the dude's name in real life, but that Hopper, the cop in the Stranger Things, probably the oldest guy in the show. I'm an old man. DT in general has been going low in the draft for first round talent. Caleb Banks, Peter Woods, McDonald, Christian Miller, Lee Hunter. Like not all of them will go. Well, that's true. I mean, that I wouldn't. I guess you're right. If you look at it that way, that's a lot of teams that would need that same position, which usually doesn't come into play all that easily. We signed Hamlin. No, we went over it, Samtha. No, he's signed, 100% signed today. Today it came out. 1 year deal. Oh, okay, all right. You're talking about she was talking about the linebacker. Got it. Oh wait, Samtha. So I'm going to continue to call you Sam. Hold on. I'll get right to you, Santa. No bones about it. We have 5 safeties if you include Jordan Hancock. Oh, okay, yeah, Hancock. Yes. Well, yeah. So really, DeMar Hamlin's not playing at all. Hamlin, because I actually forgot about Hancock. Hamlin is definitely delegated to ST only. Yeah. Yes, he is. But okay. I thought last time you were in here, I thought I asked you, and you said yes, it's my daughter's name. And I thought you meant it was Samtha. So if you don't mind, I'm just going to keep calling you Samtha. And so will, who was it? No Bones? Yes, No Bones. Me and No Bones are just going to keep on calling you Samtha because that's like a cool, funny story now. I'm just going to call you Samtha, not Samantha, Samtha. Oh my gosh, these I don't know if I'm even going to get to my point here today, boys and girls. Dexy Gaming, notice how Dable and McDermott didn't get along because he wanted to let Josh be loose and free. Then he leaves for the Giants and Josh gets booked back. Yes. A lot that says that. A lot that says that. Now, I also think, though, that McDermott, if I'm being honest, it's always the guy that leaves the building, right, that gets shit on, right? Because everybody wants to make the person that's still there happy. And the guy that's no longer here, it's like, oh, this guy fucking sucked and all that. Like, that's also not real to me. So I want to be very careful when I say things because I certainly don't want to come off as the type of person that would just bury the guy that's gone just because he's gone and he's not one of us anymore. Like that I think needs to be said. Like many a time that I think Sean McDermott did things that were extremely healthy for the Buffalo Bills and that created wins as well. I'm not blaming it all. I'm just saying things are going to change, I believe. Hopefully for the better. Obviously, I still want to win. I still want to win a Super Bowl. I just think that the differences will be quite apparent and almost right away. And it's already happened. I mean, let's be real. CJ Gardner-Johnson would never be a Buffalo Bill if Sean McDermott was still the head coach and he had as much say as he did. It just wouldn't happen. That personality and not fitting with Sean McDermott. Sorry. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense to everybody? How dare y'all dog on McDermott? It's like you were reading my mind, Spidey. I'm not. And I hope I don't come off that way because that's not what I'm trying to do. I enjoyed Sean McDermott as a head coach, and I'm not trying to, crap all over him at all. And I hope it didn't sound like that. Watch the tape; it doesn't lie. Hill's stats don't lie, Dexter. Yeah, tape. Well, both of them have to paint the best picture. But McDermott was huge for culture. We could collapse, but we're not willing the bowl with him. We're not winning the bowl with him. Yeah. Hill becomes a ghost way too often on plays. Okay. Oh, yeah. A lot of the Stranger Things guy kind of sound like, oh, really? I sound like him too. I don't know. David Harbour. Right. I don't know if that's how he spells it. I know, but that is the name, Spidey. Yes, that is what people literally, especially on TikTok, I get that literally every single day. I haven't seen it today, but every time we've gone live, someone says, oh, David Harbour is in the building. Actually, name is David Harbour. Yep. The entire YouTube community does its talking point at this point. What, they call you Samtha? I love it then. I love it. If they don't, I thought I was starting something new. I thought it was like just our cool thing over here. Cold front, we're going to call her Samtha. But I guess we're late to that party, boys. No bones about it. We're too freaking late, brother. I love McDermott for everything he's done, but if all this is true, I got to put my love aside. Yeah, I know. And a lot of things that you hear could be hearsay. They might not be true, but you got to take. Yeah, I don't know how you take it. I'll coach up a ghost. Then he'll be a demon on the field. Oh, kind of like that. Will Bill still be good without McDermott family culture? Yes, I think that we absolutely just need to play football. Just go out there and win freaking football games. Don't be so worried about what people feel of you or think of you. Just go out there and win some freaking football games. That's kind of where my mind is. And if it means being a little bit of an asshole, then so be it. Have an edge. Have an edge. Go do something nasty out there. And win some football games. You can't be champions if you're just nice guys. It just doesn't work that way, unfortunately. You haven't watched the tape. You haven't watched the tape because he has a lot of flaws. Yeah, Samantha said. Oh, Samantha. Shit, I said Samantha. All right, so we're nothing new here. No bones. Okay, so let's get into a couple things before I got to go to my kid's concert today. All right. I don't believe at all. Yeah, man, I really got to go. I don't believe at all that the Bills' issue is on their offensive side of the football. And I'm going to show you exactly why. All right. Then, okay, let's go back. What I was listening to last night was the fact that the buffer or this tweet that I was telling you about earlier when we first hopped on, this tweet made no sense to me because of the fact that you cannot tell me that you would have to rely or you would rather rely on having to score 18 points a game or 17 points a game to get through the playoffs. One game of which you'll have to score more than 27. You'd rather not take that scenario. You'd rather have to score 28 points a game every single game, like the Buffalo Bills have had to do basically since 2020. And that is the issue that I have here. So if we go and we take a look at the Buffalo Bills, okay, they're in their history, what they've been able to accomplish since 2020 is actually quite ridiculous. And I'm going to try to find this for you and break this thing down, because what happens is they give up points, and if they don't score an exorbitant amount of points, it's actually hard. It's hard for them to win football games. And then when you compare to what it requires in football these days to win Super Bowl championships, you need to have both. I know this whole adage of, defense wins championships. Okay, it's a thing, but it's not everything. All right. You need both in today's world. You look at the Seattle Seahawks, who gave up 17 points in the playoffs per game and 15 points. No, it was 15 points in the playoffs, and it was 17 points per game in the regular season, I believe. That is insane. Okay. The Bills have done that in the regular season from time to time. All right. And I'm going to show it to you right now. Here we go. So the Buffalo Bills, we can come over. We're going to scroll over and look at their ranks. All right. They had a number one ranked defense when it comes to scoring defense in 2021. 194 points given up in 2021. And then they gave up, I'm sorry, not 194 points, 289, and then 286 given up in 2022 as well. This is elite because the Seattle Seahawks gave up 292 points this year in the regular season. Okay. Now, this goes right in conjunction with that. However, once we get to the Bills' playoff games in those years, then what are we talking about? This is my issue that I have. All right. So let's go to the playoffs. Get me out of this thing here. Sorry, this is just loading for us. We go to the playoffs, and in 2021, Here's your points against. 42 and 17. So what is that? 59 points. That's 29 and a half points a game that you're giving up in the playoffs. Yeah, they had an elite defense throughout the regular season. They didn't have to score too much to win a bunch of games in a regular season. But they get to the playoffs, they give up 59 freaking points in 2 games. Pretty tough to win. Go to 2022. Like we just said, another elite status of a defensive points given up throughout the entire regular season. But what happens in the playoffs? Well, right here, you give up 31 points to the Dolphins, to which you actually win by scoring 34 points. Then you give up 27 against the Bengals. You only score 10 points. So you give up 38 points. I'm sorry, 58 points in 2 games. 29 points a game. I mean, we could just continue to do this. Last year, 57 points a game. I'm sorry, total. Excuse me. What is that? That's 27 points, 28 points a game given up. This is a recurring theme, 28 points. Every year there's one. I mean, look at this. This is 1 year last year. I remember being at this game in the divisional round. I'm sorry, the wild card round against Denver at home. They gave up 7 points on the very first drive to Denver, and they gave up 0 points for the rest of that game. That was phenomenal defense in the playoffs. Other than that, the Buffalo Bills have to score 28 plus points in order to stay alive in the playoffs since 2020. And that includes their phenomenal regular season defenses. Now you look at, again, Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks. Let's look at them. They gave up 292 points this year. Again, just right within line of what we were just talking about with the Buffalo Bills in their big days. You could see their ranks. Now let's pull up their playoffs. Let's watch the Seattle Seahawks playoffs this year. This is Dan Feets bringing up the fact that Darnold had to score 27 points in 1 game. Okay, big freaking deal. Because look at this. Look at this. Can you guys see this? It's insane. 2025, this year in the playoffs, they had a great game in the division, 6 points. Then they gave up 27 in the conference or the conference championship. And then they gave up 13 in the Super Bowl. I mean, I'm sorry, but if you average that out, that's 46 points, right? I think it's 46. That's 15 points a game. So I was right. I'm sorry. 15 points a game they give up in the playoffs. Is that tough? Is that tough to put up 16 points in a game on average? No, it's not. It better not be. Not for a Super Bowl team, by the way. And both the Seattle Seahawks and the Buffalo Bills both averaged 28 points per game this season as an offense. So I'm sorry to tell you, it just doesn't make any sense to me to say that our defense is not the issue and that our offense is. You literally are 4th in the league. The Buffalo Bills are 4th in the league for points per game. All right? I'm going to share this instead. Can you see that? All right, good. Here's 2025. 28.3 points per game. Seattle, 28.4. Is that a big deal? I don't think so. It's exact same. It's exact same. You cannot tell me that this Buffalo Bills offense was a problem. Tied for fourth most points in the NFL. Okay? Now, let's keep it moving down here. I got about 5 minutes and I got to get out of here. But conversions, drive averages. Let me get to the defense. Okay. Let me get to the defense. So we can see that the Buffalo Bills offense compared to the rest of the NFL was damn near on the top. On the top. And now let's go to points against defense. Okay, Buffalo Bills, number 12 with 365 against. Seattle Seahawks, number 1 with 292. Now, the Buffalo Bills only gave up or only were on the field for 950 plays, which was they were on the field the least amount of plays as anybody in the NFL. I don't even know this. The Buffalo Bills were literally on the field, their defense, for less than every single NFL team. Do you think that's a defensive thing? Because I'm here to tell you it's not. That's a testament to a phenomenal offense that owns the time of possession week in and week out. That's why your defense is not on the field that often. Coupled with the amount of big plays that your defense gives up. When you give plays up in big chunks, well, the teams don't have to run many plays, do they? If I'm getting 10 yards of play, I don't have to run as many plays to score a touchdown as someone that gets 4 yards of play. And I don't think anybody can argue that. So the reality is that is the truth. All right? Now, a couple more things that I want to show you here. I could probably get this from NFL, but we'll see if it's here. The only thing that hampered the Buffalo Bills offense from time to time is when they turn the football over. And now I know this is an easy cop-out, and this is just about anybody that loses games in the NFL. Well, look at the turnover battle. But it's the truth. The games that they lost, they turned the ball over 3 or more times, except all but one, including the playoff game. So turn the ball over, one thing. Don't do it. But be forced to have to score. Well, let's see exactly what the number is here. You have to score 22 points a game, bare minimum, to win a football game. When the better teams that's in the regular season, and then you have to score 27 to 28 points at least in the postseason to win football games. That is the stress that goes on to teams that causes them to turn the football over. And like it or not, it's going to continue to happen. It really will to the Buffalo Bills unless their defensive ability has changed, and their ability to get after the quarterback has changed, and their ability to take the ball away has changed, and their ability to be aggressive on 3rd and 8 and 3rd and long has changed. When that does change, I think things change, period. And that's why I feel that the offensive side of the football is not the issue. I know this is very brief, and it's because we had a billion comments today, which is a good thing, and I appreciate everybody for doing that. But that is a problem to me, and that's why the defense needs to be handled before the offense needs to be handled. So take that for what it's worth. The defense is what we need to get after, and it is what the Buffalo Bills are getting after. So I'm happy to see that. And as we move forward, the offense just needs to do their thing, and the defense needs to step up to the plate a little bit more often, especially in the big moments and in the big games down the stretch in the postseason. And this is not going to be easy this year because the schedule is the schedule sucks, if I'm being honest. We don't know when they play who, but we know who they play. And it's not great for the Buffalo Bills. There's a lot of teams with pretty shitty schedules, so we're not the only ones. But the bottom line, like I said, is the defense gets addressed, gets to the point where it comes to play every day, and the Buffalo Bills are going to do absolutely fine because the offense is just simply not – it's not the problem. It's not you. I can have that debate, and I would have no problem listening to everybody and what their mindset is on that. However, to me, I don't think you're going to change my mind, which is why I think the moves that have been made in the direction that this team is going is actually very exciting to me, and I'm happy to see where it's going because these are the faults that I see in the Buffalo Bills in the past season that are being addressed now, other than turning the football over. So that is going to, unfortunately, have to do it for me today, boys. Got to go. Our youngest cold front has a play or a concert or something that he's doing at school in about 30 minutes. So I got to run. I love all you. Wait, this Bills talk, Mr. Jimenez. Yes, Bills talk. Defense was inconsistent. You're absolutely right. Brokenhearted. E-Rock, I miss old Silver Stadium. I'm sure. What are the separation issue the offense had? What about the sure. Yeah, separation issue that led to the fourth most points in the NFL. And when you have to score 30 points to win a game, when you go into the playoffs every single week, that's a problem. That's a big problem because none of the Super Bowl champions have to do that. So I'm with you, Schwab. Great question. But if that is all the resource goes to get a little bit extra separation, and most of them they're not they're more open than you would think, truthfully. But why are we going to put all of our resources into something that was fourth best in the league when the other side of the football was one of the worst? I know the passing defense, numbers-wise, says they were top 5. Well, when you're dead last in running the football, why would teams want to throw the football? You know what I'm saying? And I think that is not even personnel necessarily. I think it's a lot of situational play calling and scheming against certain personnel that comes into play as well. So there's a lot to talk about, but I just think that the resources are going in the right direction. And I'm excited about where the Buffalo Bills are headed. That's why coaching could be blamed for the loss because they should have just kneeled instead. The fumble before halftime changed the entire game. Josh put the goblin mask on. 100%, Dimes. 100% that one game. But again, even with 5 turnovers, they scored 31 points or whatever it was. 30 points. And that's never good enough. That's the problem. It's never good enough. Now, the turnovers are absolutely his fault. If they turn the ball over 3 instead of 5 times, they win. If he didn't fumble that ball at the end of the half, they win. So I'm with you, 100%. But that's one man that you can say, hey, that's never going to happen again. And yes, that could potentially go on the coaching. Get in that earpiece and say, Josh, you're not going to run for 65-yard touchdown within 7 seconds. So if you don't have the ball, if you don't have the pass here that we're looking for, then just fall the hell over. Fall the hell over. You got to let him know that in the beginning. It's hard to believe, Schwab says, that that Josh was a burden. I don't see that at all. I mean, I'm with you. I'm just saying that's what was said. I mean, that's crazy. I just wish I had a beer saber. Wow. Good at the same time. Bean does not do good in the first 2 rounds, but often drafting late round players. Yeah, historically, he's better. That's true. Pat's Bills a real rivalry now. I think it never hasn't been, but I see where you're going with that. McDermott, 100% a key component to turn the Buffalo Bills into a team that rarely misses a Oh, absolutely, and that's why we do miss him, and we will miss him. No question. Boy, do I feel like undercover achieving fan. Go Niners. Jimenez. Go Niners, baby. True. My real thank you. This guy got a Wings hat. Let's go. DHJB. Love us some minor league baseball, especially close to home, baby. All right. Appreciate all of you. Love you. Oh, wait. If you think it's hard to keep up with the chat, wait till more people start coming in here. Yeah, I know. It's gonna get terrible at one point. Which reminds me, please follow and subscribe if you have not. We're really close. I want to give away that jersey. 500, we get a jersey to be given away. Same here over here in TikTok. Do me a favor, follow, subscribe, share, like the videos, and tell everybody that you know to hop in here and subscribe as well. Hamlin over Trey White is diabolical. That guy loves being a Bill. Whoever said Hamlin over Trey White? I hope nobody said that. Different positions, though. Different positions. Okay, that's it. Love you all. Appreciate you. And we will talk to you soon. Maybe even tonight. Well, actually, tonight I think I'm on with Tommy, Mafia Sports Report at 8 o'clock. I'll be on with him. So look out for that. I'll be on his channel. All right. Got to go. Love you all. Peace. Cold front.